All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5-Minute Life Hack for this week. I have a guest, which is Mitch Marsden. Many of you know him. I'll have him introduce himself in a minute, but today we're going to be talking about courageous humility. Many of you will recognize that from a lot of our trainings we've been doing on the ideal team player, humble, hungry, smart. We're going to dive right in because we've had some really great discussions about humble at Jack's, and I wanted Mitch to share some of his thoughts. He's had some great ideas and thoughts around that. So first though, Mitch, why don't you introduce yourself, give us a little intro, where you work, some of those things.
Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody. I hope you're all doing great. This is Mitch Marsden. I'm excited to join Greg for this. I work over at Jack's right now, Jack's Ornamental Iron, and I'm the president at Jack's, which, I was thinking about this of kind of what do I do as the president of Jack's to give you guys a feel of that. And really my biggest job, I would say, at Jack's is trying to make life easier for the team, trying to remove obstacles. Sometimes that means making sure that our payroll gets done adequately and is all good to go. Sometimes it means just sitting down for one-on-ones and helping the team work through some challenges. Other times it means, hey, the team recently got me out doing some welding on some of our railings, so they're trying to get me closer to actually getting my hands on some of our welders. So I have to thank my team for letting me even try to do some of that. It's both helped me learn a ton and brought me closer to them. So those are just a little bit of everything, I guess, as the president. But yeah,
I hope you were welding on scrap metal and not client railing.
It was definitely scrap metal. Yep, we made sure of that with plenty of errors, but yeah, it was a great experience.
That's great. What is your favorite part, Mitch, about working at Jack's and Aspen? You've had some exposure to a couple different companies, but
yeah, I would say favorite part, if I had to name one thing, maybe I'll name two things, because of course my first thought goes to the people. I mean, everybody's great across the companies, and whether you're at Jack's, Willett, Turnkey, All Western now, I just love interacting with all the people. But I think along with that, I love learning, and I feel like everywhere I'm going, I'm learning a ton. So whether it's about the individual companies or the processes that we're trying to learn and improve, I just get super excited about learning, and I feel like I'm constantly learning. So that's one of my favorite things.
Awesome. That's great. Well, that dovetails perfectly into, let's have a quick discussion. Tell us as we're talking about humble, hungry, and smart with our teams, what's kind of a good working definition of humble when we say that about our people and about us ourselves? Like, what are we really trying to get to?
Yeah. I think with the first level of what does it mean to be humble, I guess my mind goes to putting the team and others above ourselves. Right. So it's really about thinking maybe bigger than yourself, of what you need or want, and kind of looking beyond to what is the team, what are my peers, and the others that are working with me, what do they need and how can I help and support them? So I think that's kind of the spirit of it at the basic level. I think it shows up in ways like listening, really being attentive and giving other people time to try to understand those needs and look outside of ourselves. Definitely it shows up in accepting feedback. So I think it's both seeking and accepting feedback, right? Looking for ways to improve ourselves, keeping an open mind to continue to learn. Hey, maybe there's a different way to do something here, or maybe I could have approached that, a little better. And that kind of mindset, I think, is what humility is all about.
Awesome. I love it. We're all looking to improve, and none of us are perfect. And so why pretend we are?
Right.
I love that concept of just continuing to learn and trying to get better. I hope we all are. I think we all are, and we've got a great team for that. So I love that definition. Now, as we dug in as a team in some of our trainings there at Jack's, we kind of talked about humility, but maybe another level. Humility 2.0, or kind of courageous humility. And there were a couple concepts I really wanted to have you kind of explain to us that we really thought were important. So tell us a little bit about what maybe next level of humility might be.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think whereas maybe on the and we've had some great discussions as a team. So yeah, I think there's been some good input from all over the team on this as we've tried to dive in further. But if the basic level is, hey, I'm going to accept feedback, I'm going to admit mistakes when I make mistakes and just be open about that, right? Maybe some more listening, like we were talking about. That might be kind of the first level of humility. I think one of the levels, or maybe the next level that can be challenging, is when you're putting the team above yourself. Sometimes that means having to have some courage about speaking up, and that could be maybe you have something, knowledge or a talent or skill that you can share with the team. So being courageous enough to say, hey, I might be a little bit uncomfortable always speaking up, but I know the team needs it. And so I'm going to share this, right? I'm going to share a skill or share some piece of knowledge or something there. But I also think it can mean giving feedback to others on our team. Maybe it's to our leaders, to a peer, or if you're in a management role, to some of your direct teammates that are on your team, right? That you may need to give some hard feedback about, something that they can improve on or that is not helping the team. And when we're faced with that kind of situation, I think probably many of us don't like that. It's uncomfortable, right? It may feel a little bit scary. But when you start to think about, hey, if I don't say something here, right, it's going to continue to hurt the team. And it actually may even continue to withhold from that individual that I need to give the feedback to. It kind of withholds from them the opportunity to improve. And it's even in my mind, it's a disservice to that person. So whenever I've been faced with this, and we've talked a lot about this on our team, of like, hey, I need to be willing to call out others and proactively give them some feedback, including some critical feedback. It fits into this, hey, I've got to have the courage to say, I'm going to get over my personal maybe fear or my personal discomfort for the good of the team, to share this, and for the good of that individual. And when I start to frame it that way in my mind, think about it that way of like, if I don't share this, I'm actually doing them a disservice. That's helped me give myself permission to say, I've got to do it. Let's take the courage, and we can share some of these things with others.
I love it. And I think that one other element we've talked about that I think is so true with this is your humility as a leader or a team member helps that correction or those ideas or thoughts come out in a really genuine way, where you're not criticizing others, you're truly trying to help them grow. And you have the humility to step out of your comfort zone, which is really easy to just sit back and say nothing. Right. But you have the humility to say their growth is more important than my comfort in this moment. And so I love that concept that you brought up, and something I think that's great for all of us to think about. So Mitch, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming on. It's so much fun to get other people on here and get you introduced to the rest of the team. Mitch is fantastic, and he's right. This has been a great discussion with the whole team to come up with some of these concepts that I really liked and wanted to share Aspen-wide. And so appreciate it. Everybody go out, think of somebody in your life you can make an impact on. Think about it and do something a little out of the ordinary this week. Go make an impact, whether that's at home or at work. But Mitch, thanks a ton, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for letting me be here. See you.
All right. Thanks.